Okay, so today I want to advocate for a necessary policy change here at the University of South Carolina, specifically expanding and improving student parking access. So, right now, parking for students is a daily stressor that affects our education, mental health, and even our physical safety. Despite the university's rapid growth, parking policy has not kept up, and it's students who are paying the price, literally and figuratively. So, today I'll show why the current policy is failing students and how a simple change can make a real difference, and also why it's in the university's best interest to act now. So first, the reality, U of SC is serving a record number of students, but parking availability has stayed relatively the same. According to U of SC's 2023 Campus Development Report, enrollment has increased by over 7% in the last 2 years, bringing the total to nearly 36,000 students. However, the number of new parking spaces designated specifically for students increased by less than 2% in the same period. The overcrowding has major consequences. A 2022 survey by the Daily Gamecock found that 68% of students said parking issues negatively impacted their ability to attend class, and 45% said parking problems directly increased their daily stress. The problem isn't just inconvenience. Students often find themselves forced to park far from campus buildings, leading to late arrivals, missed classes, or even skipped meetings and important events. Worse, walking long distances at night puts students at greater risk. The 2023 Campus Safety Report showed an 11% increase in pedestrian safety complaints near remote parking areas. Every missed class, every unsafe walk home, it all builds up. It sends a message that student needs aren't being prioritized, and it undermines the quality of student life and academic success that U of SC claims to support. This semester, I had parked in the science and technology lot for my 8 o'clock lab, and I was the only one in the parking lot, including a bunch of people who didn't have permits as well, who got a ticket because I didn't want to walk very far late at night. So we have practical and achievable solutions that could fix this without massive new construction costs. First, U of SC could relocate underused faculty parking lots to students after 4 p.m. Right now, many prime lots are being kept exclusively to faculty and staff even after business hours, despite being mostly empty after 4 or 5 p.m. Clemson University made a similar change in 2021, opening select faculty lots after 5 p.m., and according to Clemson's 2022 Parking Services Report, parking complaints dropped by 26% the following semester. We could easily mirror this success. Second, U of SC could establish partnerships with nearby private lots or businesses to expand off-campus student parking with shuttle service. UNC Chapel Hill created similar partnerships, gaining over 300 new nighttime parking spaces for students at a fraction of the cost of building new garages. Shuttles run every 10 minutes, boosting both safety and convenience. Instead of forcing students into stressful, unsafe parking situations, U of SC could immediately ease the burden by using existing resources smarter and building low-cost community partnerships. So, why should U of SC administrators and parking services care? Because they already publicly state that student safety and student satisfaction are top priorities. On U of SC's official website, Parking Services lists supporting student success as a key part of its mission. But how can we succeed if we can't even arrive at class safely and on time? Also, better parking directly improves university rankings. US News and World Report rankings factor in student satisfaction surveys, meaning fewer parking complaints could translate to higher national rankings for U of SC. Finally, better parking access can increase revenue. If more students believe permits are actually useful, permit sales will rise. This turns an existing frustration into a financial positive for the university. To make this personal, picture being a first year student new to campus, forced to park a 20-minute walk from your dorm after a night class or student organization meeting. You're carrying a laptop, maybe a backpack, and walking alone in the dark past empty buildings and deserted streets. Every sound could make you anxious, and this isn't how students should feel at a university that says it's committed to their well being. Parking isn't just about cars, it's about student safety, stress levels, academic success, and mental health. U of SC can and should do better. So I strongly urge U of SC parking services and the university administration to take two simple steps. First, open faculty and staff lots to students after 4 p.m. Second, create parking partnerships with nearby private lots, adding more safe student parking options quickly and affordably. This policy could change and improve student safety, reduce stress, support academic success, and even boost UofSC's reputation nationally. Parking is the first experience many students have each day on campus, so let's make it a positive one. Let's show students that their needs are seen and that change is possible. Thank you. So I do have just a few questions to prompt discussion. Have either of you personally had trouble parking at U of SC, and has it affected your classes or activities?
Um, I'd say I get ticketed in a parking lot like weekly, very easily. I get ticketed all the time. I owe a lot of money to the city because of it. But yeah.
Yeah, last year I usually park in the lots behind Darla Moore, and I couldn't park there because of like a basketball game or at some event going on at the Coliseum, and that kind of sucks whenever you have to get to a class, but I don't know, can't park where you're supposed to park.
Yeah, construction and meetings were like two of the top reasons that like the city parking meters get shut down. So you always see those red bags over the meters, and that is not convenient either. Have you ever taken the shuttle, or do you guys drive to class?
Usually I drive or I walk. I'm not too far. So,
Yeah, I usually drive.
Yeah, me too. All right. Do you guys have any questions?
do you get ticketed often? Like, do you drive or do you shuttle?
I do drive. So I had an 8 p.m. chem lab, and I don't have a parking permit for the science and technology building lot. Um, and there was a lot of like a group of people in my chem lab who also parked there, and they don't have a parking permit, and I was the only car that got ticketed at 8 o'clock at night, and none of them got ticketed. So I sent in a complaint, and they revoked the ticket. So yes, I do get
Mhm.
ticketed. Yep. Okay. Well, thanks for listening. I'm gonna stop the recording now.